I love it when Kara and I can do a photo shoot with nobody around for miles and we can just take all afternoon and not worry about anybody watching us or asking us what we're doing. So here we are, literally in the middle of nowhere in the desert. We hiked about a mile off the road and we're just chilling and taking our time. No hurry. And that's how I like it. Plus, we love being outdoors. Nature is just so peaceful. Since we're out in the Wild West, I thought we'd have kind of a Western theme. You know, cowboy boots, cowboy hat, and an outfit made with snakeskin texture on it. It doesn't get much more Western than that. When you're out in the harsh desert like this, it kind of makes sense to have kind of harsh lighting also. So I only pull out softboxes if I really have to. I love using just a bare flash with a reflector or a honeycomb grid, which is still bare light, it's just more in a narrow beam. The camera is my favorite Sony A7 III, and since this is a wide open expanse with big open sky and big open desert, it makes sense to use a wide angle lens so you can show as much of that as possible. So half the lighting on her is sunlight and the other half is a strobe. Some people don't like that lighting. I kind of do. I like the harshness of it. It kind of just fits with the desert. Now on the other hand, you can get a really nice soft look by not using any lights at all, just having her totally be in shadow. So the sunlight is behind her. I just exposed for her face, which is just shadow. And since there's enough light bouncing around in the air and from the rocks, I really don't need to fill in the shadow light. I just like this. It looks great. So you don't need lights all the time. And this gives it more of a natural look, you know, like the Wild West. So just because you have lights doesn't mean you have to use it. Be flexible, experiment, try a bunch of stuff. You might stumble across something you like that you didn't even plan to do. So just keep an open mind and play with different settings. I like these. These are very natural, very easy on the eyes. Alright, outfit number 2. It's like the Guess Jeans look. Guess Jeans does a lot of Southwest stuff. They have some great photo campaigns. I like their look. So I did some shots with a bare flash and then I did some with a softbox just to see what the difference was. And in a case like this, which is more of a fashion look, I like to use a softbox because it gives you more of that feminine fashion kind of feel to it. Softbox lighting gives you a classy feel, like a professional classy look. Hard light gives you a more of an artsy, rugged, punchy, unique, trailblazing kind of look. It's more outdoorsy. It's more rugged and has more of a fire to it. So each has a different feel and each is fine in its own way. It's just a matter of taste. And I like both, but just using a bare light is a lot easier, obviously. You don't have to worry about the wind, it's easier to carry, there's no setup time, so each has their benefits. This one's nice. And it's good to get in a habit after doing a bunch of shots with light to take some shots without a light and see what that looks like. You might be surprised. Like here, I turned off the light just to see what it would look like, and it looks great. Look at this. This is a really nice look. And if I am using a light, it's a softbox and it's very, very low power, just barely enough to fill in some light and smooth things out. And then I played around a bit with white balance to give it more of a fashiony, bluish kind of look. You can get real artsy by just changing the white balance. I'll do another video on that. This bluish look is a whole different feel. It's a colder feeling, but it's still really cool. So it's good to do a couple of these just to have them in there. But I personally like the golden warm feel. I'd rather have the white balance too warm than too cold. So let's go from the shadow side to the sun. Let's have her turn around the other way. So now she's totally lit by the sun. And again, there's no lights on her but the sun. That's it. And I'm using the 85, which is a longer lens. And as the sun gets lower, it gets more golden and gives you more of that magic hour look, which is a really cool look. We have a little bit of a breeze going, which gives you that rugged outdoors Mad Maxy kind of feel. The lone survivor, the independent spirit, wide open spaces with no one else around. I love that. And I love the blue skies with no clouds. It's just so pure and beautifully clean. So I put a little 8200 on the side here. You can see the light coming from the side. It just gives it a little bit more of a magic touch. This is a total fashion shot. It looks like an ad for something. I don't know for what, but it looks like an ad. And she's got this perfect Guess Jeans, outdoors, rugged kind of girl look. I love it. And she's so much fun to work with. She never complains. She just does whatever. It's really cool to work with. Nice. So that was our fun day out in the middle of the desert, and we just headed back to the car. This wasn't on purpose, but I call this the Johnny Depp shot. She looks like Johnny Depp with that hat and the scarf and the sunglasses. Okay, well, I guess we'll see you in the next video. All right, bye-bye.